and welcome to Frank's School. Let's see, this is the fourth video in this series, which is also a playlist that I'm making. It's the playlist is a guided viewing of a foci, and that's what I call these buildings. Anyway, I'm calling this one $34 for a foundation for a foci, and that's true. That's all you actually need. $17 actually, in my case, because of the 17 blocks that are needed, I can get them for $1 a piece as seconds. Now that's per rise. If you're going to have it, say you're getting 10-inch blocks, if you're going to, for each rise, it's going to cost you another $34. And I had. You know, it seems like, oh, well, that's cheap enough. I'll make it higher. Give me more space underneath. Thing is, you got to think about steps, because the higher you make it, that means you're going to have to go up steps to get into your foci. Now, of this 100 square feet, that's going to generate, as I showed in an earlier video, 376 square feet, roughly, of serviceable area. Although the footprint itself is only 96 inches by 149 inches, what you're done with in serviceable area to use is this. Actually, probably you could argue a little bit more than that, but I'll maybe show you about that later. Okay, and I told you this is the fourth in the playlist. I'll give a link to the playlist, although I've noticed when I go onto this online, the playlist comes up in a corner as a queue. I think that's kind of interesting. So I'll give that. Now, you need to add 5 points. I had question marks here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, because I wasn't 5. I wasn't sure what to say about these, but I'm sure now. I've had time to think about it. I'm going to recommend to you that you use joists. Now, these are joists. Joists are on edge usually, and that's what the floor rests on. Believe it or not, I have not tended to use joists because I can get dunnage, 4x4, 8-foot long material for almost nothing, 33 cents a piece. I mean, and so I've been, in a sense, almost doing my floors as if they were a log cabin or something. But I'm going to recommend that you use joists. I had to think a long time about this, and the joist will be a nominal 2x6. Now, I say nominal means that's what you call them when you order them at the sawmill, but in fact, with the tolerance, they would be 2.5 by 6 1/4 is what those would be. But I'll show you about the joisting of it later. All right, now these, because the joists, I think, should be supported in the middle because of something I'll tell you. 8 foot is not that long a span for a joist, 8 foot. But for reasons which I'll explain tomorrow, I think they should be supported in the middle as well. And here is the space for a masonry heater. Now it's going to be pretty heavy. The heavier the better with masonry, because you want a lot of thermal mass in there. It's a flaw in some of these designs to have a little metal stove. It sure gets real hot and heats the thing real up, but you got to be firing it all the time because it doesn't store the heat. So this is going to be a masonry. I never know what to call it. In German, it would be a Kachelofen, small one. Masonry heater. It's going to be your kitchen range. It's going to be your heating source, and it's going to have a chimney, so it needs extra support. All right, these places. This would be 24 inches in. Same thing here. Same thing here. Same thing here. From the outside edge, these are also 24 inches in. Same thing going down through, and that's going to leave a 4-foot span here in the middle, 48 inches here in the middle, which is fine. And for the time being, no, permanently, make them all level. That's going to take some doing. You're going to have to fool around a little bit because you've chosen the spot, you've got the size of it, you've got it oriented, you've got it square. Now you're working on the level. You'll need a straight edge. An 8-foot straight edge would be really nice. A piece of a plastic channel is what I use. You'll see it later on. Now, the one other thing I'll tell you now is how to orient your blocks. I'm going to figure that your foundation is going to present to the upward basically an 8 by 16 presentation. That's what you'll see. Well, orient them this way. So the longer part goes like that. The longer part goes like that. Longer. And it'd be a little tempting in a way to put them out a little bit more so that the load point would be centered on this, but don't. It causes trouble later on. And the same thing here. Now these you could, as a matter of fact, you probably should. These should be OC. They should be on center. OC. That should be at the edge. Same thing here. And then this one, just another one in the middle. So it would be half of the 48 here, or whatever. These can be pretty approximate, but orient it the same way. Yeah. All right, I think that's really all I have to explain. My drawing isn't very accurate to scale because this space in the middle is going to be considerably, well, twice as wide as these spaces. But that should be enough for today. Tomorrow I'll show you about what you do about joisting it. Bye for now.